Welcome to another edition of the one-on-one interview series here on the Wrestling Talk Radio, and today I have with me a two-time X Division champion, Rockstar Spud. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir. How are you?
Pretty good. You?
I'm fine, good. I'm getting really prepared for all these questions, so fire them away at me.
Awesome. Spud, you have received just recently a tremendous honor being an ambassador for Starlight Children Foundation. Please tell us something about that.
I was really taken aback when they offered me the position, but it's the one thing about our industry is that it's not about the backstage politics or the business decisions or what goes on in the ring. It really is the deep core roots of it is. It's down to putting smiles on people's faces, and Starlight do that, better than anyone. And just from people's donations here in the UK, it's I've just spoken to one of the ladies now, and one of the wish granters, as they call them, has just taken 12 families to Lapland to take all those kids to meet Santa, I'm guessing. So that's really awesome. And anyone out there can donate. If you're in the UK, you just text 70070. And if you just text WISH35 and the amount in pounds that you want to donate, then that goes straight to the Starlight Children's Fund, and you can grant a child his wish. And it can be something as, to meet Santa Claus, something as simple as that, or it can be something, I know a young lady that works here, when she had a wish granted years ago, and she got to meet Johnny Depp. Mm-hmm. So it can be something really big or something really minuscule. I know a little girl that this wouldn't hardly have mattered to anyone else, but all she wanted to be was a princess. So when she returned home one day, her bedroom had been made into a princess's bedroom, and it's just little things like that can just make a child smile, and that's really what it's about. Because when just like this, when they watch pro wrestling, they forget all their problems, and that goes for any person in the world, whether they're having a bad day or they're not well or they're downtrodden or anything like that. It just really makes them feel good, and that's the beauty of our industry.
Awesome. Totally agree. And seeing children, especially children, smile on wrestling shows during entrances when you interact with the little fans, that brings a smile to my face. Seeing them happy. I may not like the interaction in general, but seeing them happy is something that comes through television. And now putting it besides the wrestling ring and making especially children happy is so rich.
It's the most rewarding thing I've ever experienced in the industry. If there's one thing I can take away from my wrestling career, it would be the moment I met Regan, because it really did. Nothing else mattered than just that little boy being happy that day, and it really did change my. It really did change me as a person in regards to, what this industry gives to people. I was lost for words when I met him. I'm still lost for words when I speak about that moment now. It was just so cool.
It's so little for you, and it's the world to him.
Exactly. And even when, and this goes for anyone, I meet people in the street that are wrestling fans and don't expect to just see a wrestler just walking down the street. They're like, and then when they point me out and shake their hand, that'll make their day. And to me, that's just somebody saying hello to me. But to them, that'll make their day. I mean, when are they going to see, as they probably perceive it, as a wrestling star just walking down the street? And it's really cool, because that I just like if there was more happiness in the world, then there'd be a lot less problems, in my opinion. So if I can make someone smile just once, then I'd feel like I've done a good job for the day.
Truer words, I guess, have never been spoken. Spud, to make a little switch onto the wrestling scene and to break the ice a little, were you a wrestling fan growing up?
Yes, absolutely. The biggest. I'm still the biggest wrestling fan now. I'm a very, 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 deep core major nerd with pro wrestling. So I'm the stereotypical Mark. I just love everything and watch everything and respect everything. And learn from everything that I watch. I love this industry. It would have been so rewarding to be involved in it, but to be in the position I am now, I would have never dreamed of as a kid, and I'm so humbled by it.
All right. When and where did you make the decision to actually become a pro wrestler?
I made the decision when I saw one of my friends. It was the only British show I ever attended, and one of my friends was wrestling on it.
Hmm.
And I made the decision because I looked at it and I was like, well, if he can do it, I can. And went to the same school. We went, and and then we went to the same wrestling school together as well. And then it just went from there. And me and my friend Jack grew up in the business together. And then he stepped away from the ring now. But if you ever get the chance to see old Jack Storm matches, you'll know what I mean. He was a rough character. He really was.
In preparation to this interview with you, I looked up into my mind and footage when I saw you the first time, and it's really been a long time. It's over 10 years that I have you on my radar, and just recently, with 2 years back, debuting at TNA, it seems like an eternity that I already know you as a wrestler.
Well, hopefully that's a good thing, and I've actually
It is.
etched into your soul since my debut. Like my job's to entertain you, and whether that's make you feel something positive about me or make you feel something negative towards me, that's my job, and it's honestly the best job in the world, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Are there specific moments you would call? Just said that just recently with the Starlight, that's your best experience. But besides that, when it comes to performing in the ring or something with other coworkers, you would see as your favorite moment?
Um, there's multiple. I mean, every time I get the chance to step in the ring is just a great moment. I think everybody always asks me about the hair versus hair match with EC3.
Hmm.
That was a great moment. Just to be um, a 5'4" kid at 150 pounds being the main event of the. Sorry, hang on. So sorry about that. Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, just being 150 pounds and 5'4" and being able to say I main evented a television show at Wembley
Hmm.
Arena, and completely blew everyone away was just an amazing feeling. Then winning the X Division Championship, the following week in the same,
Yeah.
just great moments. Wrestling Kurt Angle, incredible. Just being there with the best wrestler in the world and wrestling for the heavyweight championship of the world, which is
Mhm.
something I've always wanted to do, is be the world heavyweight champion, and that's a career goal of mine, always will be, and I'll never stop until I'm going to be the world heavyweight champion. And then wrestling Austin Aries in a loser leaves town match, and he really brought me up. He really did a great favor for me, and it was
Mhm.
I've got such amazing amounts of respect for all the roster at TNA. It's just so it's such a great locker room, and I couldn't be in a happier place.
You just said that you are a nerd. I remember you being on the British Boot Camp and standing next to Sting and Hulk Hogan, and that smile on your face. I guess it was from ear to ear, and it was even brighter on the inside.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, there's no way of holding your emotions back with something like that. And you know what? I don't care if people go, "Huh, you loser," or anything like that.
Mm.
Hey, that's a childhood. Those are childhood heroes, and there's not many people out there that could say they've met their childhood heroes. So, I am. I have no regrets, and I have no regrets. Shouting from the rooftops saying I'm a wrestling fan. I'm the biggest wrestling fan. I'm the biggest nerd out of all the wrestlers at TNA. I'm a book of knowledge. I think the only person that rivals me is Tommy Dreamer because he's just as big a nerd as I am.
Yeah.
And just that that to me is everything that this business is about. Like I say that we just make people smile. They still continue to do that, and I was 30 years old, and anytime I watch wrestling, wrestling still makes me smile like it did when I was a child, and I always look at it through the eyes of a child, and it's a wonderful business.
And it's the right way to watch wrestling, I guess.
So
People always say that it's wrong being, I get here, make the hand gesture, smart mark or stuff. But I think when you can watch wrestling through the eyes of a child, as it's supposed to be, you're doing everything right.
Yeah, the key is not to be jaded and just remember that it's very subjective.
Yeah.
And what I generally disagree with, I say when I take seminars, I go, listen, I can tell you how I believe it should be done, but someone else will tell you something different.
Hmm.
And you could be wrestling for a promotion, and that I'd be teaching a seminar for. I go, listen. everything. If I'm teaching it and it's the opposite of what this promotion's doing, who am I to say anything? Because they're the ones selling out. So but like, if people are paying to see it, that's what matters more than anything.
Mhm.
So it's a completely subjective business, just like movies and music, and that's what that's the beauty about entertainment.
Absolutely. And you talked about the Hogan story being one of your idols. I remember a story from 1PW. That's the time around I've already known you from, I guess, FWA, Frontier Wrestling
Yeah,
Association, or Alliance or Association? I don't know.
there's Alliance, I believe.
FWA. Let's stick with that. And there was an angle with Matt Hyson, Spike Dudley,
Yeah.
and you were supposed to tag with him, but Sterling James Keenan, now Corey Graves in WWE, bought him away from you. You teamed with with Teddy Hart, and there was a tag match. And I know that you see Spike Dudley as one of the guys you see as a role model because he's undersized and got to beat the bigger man in ECW and later on in WWE. So that moment, is that special to you as well, or is it something I see?
It was a special moment because I met him and spoke to him, and he gave me a lot of advice, and he was really cool and educated me a lot. And Matt Hyson's a wonderful guy, and it's a shame he's no longer performing because he was one of the guys, just like Rey Mysterio and just like a lot of the smaller wrestlers, that actually made me believe I had a hope of actually one day doing something in this industry. And you know that's my tribute to him when I use the underdog. It's my own version of his finisher, the acid drop.
Mhm.
So I'm the Dudley dog. So I'm I'm a big proprietor of paying tribute to the greats, and I think he was one of the guys that he never wrestled like a cruiserweight. He wrestled that Ricky Morton style, who I think is an you know absolute one of the best baby faces of all time, Ricky
Mhm.
Morton from the Rock and Roll Express. And you just watch them and watch Spike and how he just kept fighting, but the sympathy he got when he took a bump or when he landed on his head or anything like that, the guy kept getting back up, and that was what made me believe. And I thought his work was phenomenal.
Can't agree more. And you said that it's a shame that he's no longer wrestling because at the moment there would be a possibility for him to be a part in WWE. But that's another story. You said that paying homage and tribute to great wrestlers. Just recently on Impact, you had a match with Grado, and one can see that paying tribute
Yeah, I
with
think you saw it
finishing moves and stuff.
Yeah, I think you saw it multiple times. I had nothing to do with that. That was all Grado. And for anyone that says that that was the worst match in history, I disagree. But it was also the match that I've had the most compliments for, and I have no idea why. But thank you, Grado. Thank you for embarrassing me in front of the whole wrestling world. One day you'll get repercussions for that, but it was all him. I promise you it was all him. It had nothing to do with me.
You say embarrassing, I say entertaining.
Well, there you go. But I'm still embarrassed. I'm glad I won, but I'm still embarrassed because I hate Grado. I hate him. I hate him.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt. We've just got two more questions. That's all right. Sorry, 'cause we got more media waiting. But thank you so much. Really funny.
All right, all right. So I'm gonna stick to two questions from my teammates who wanted to put something in. One saw you at the bar singing Sex Pistols' "God Save the Queen." And he wanted to know, is that your music type?
My
What
musical
music?
taste.
Yeah.
I'm quite the fan of the 80s rock and punk. I'm a fan of anything that catches my ears. I'm a big 80s fan, so I do enjoy going to a Reflex bar in the United Kingdom, and a bit of David Hasselhoff, as you Germans would know. I'm a big fan. So it's I'm into all my 80s metal and 80s pop. I'm 80s 90s. It's anything that makes me smile and remind me of my childhood, really.
All right. And the last question is something I'm looking forward to because at the moment at the podcast we do a lot of UK and US indie stuff. The current UK scene is really booming. Who do you see sticking out, and maybe what companies do you see stick out at the current British scene?
I see Progress Wrestling and ICW doing amazing things. PCW are doing amazing things. Southside. Revolution Pro, all these places are just doing such fantastic things and creating such a great buzz for our country and in the UK, and that's all down to the wrestlers and the promoters, and my hat's off to them for the incredible scene that they've continued to build while I've been in the United States. Anyone that stands out to me, Shah Samuels, all the way. I think he's absolutely tremendous and just understands every aspect of the performance aspect of the job. Noam Dar, I think, is incredible. Just there's so many that it'd be rude of me to leave anyone out, but every one of them has just got something to offer, and that's why the crowds are flocking to see them from all over the world.
Awesome. In January, so next month, TNA is coming back to the UK. Any stuff to say? Maximum Impact 8 tour?
Yep, Maximum Impact 8 tour. Be there or be square. We're going to be in Manchester on the 29th at the Manchester Arena, the 30th at Wembley Arena, which is my birthday. Bring gifts. And on the 31st of January, we're in Birmingham, which is going to be a big day for me. The little guy that could from Great Bar Birmingham is going to be home, so I'm really looking forward to that. Just come along. Hey, guess what, man? It's all pro wrestling, no matter what company's name it is. And, just come, enjoy the show, and, tell your friends. And if you enjoy it, great. If you don't enjoy it, that's fine. But it's still pro wrestling, and support our industry. That's all we can ask.
Awesome. Best final words ever, I guess. Spud, thank you very much for stopping by. And,
thank you very much, sir.
Good luck for everything in the future.
Appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.